What's up everybody, Alexandra Madsen here for a brand new YouTube video on the channel. Today we're going to be doing another park review slash tour. We are out here at Pine Skate Park in the Gold Coast, Australia, and this park is looking pretty crazy, so we're going to show you guys around. I'm sorry if at some points the audio is a little bit muffled because I forgot the mic today and it's going to be pretty hectic, but it's not too windy right now. But we're going to start off in the skate park with this crazy half pipe right here. Coping does stick out quite a lot, so it feels quite weird to do some tricks in, but it is smooth. The ground here is kind of rough, but then where it's painted, it is quite smooth.
Alex and I did leg day at the gym yesterday, so here's my best run, considering that. Oh! Redo. Yeah.
What do you rate the little half pipe here out of 10?
Probably an 8, yeah. Could be a little bit smoother on the bottom. It's a 10 if you bring a broom. Yeah, if you bring a broom, none of these little tree droppings matter.
It's my turn to have a little tester on this rag. So we'll just start with doing some ears, stall, vehicle, Smith. Oh god! Oh, the coping. I haven't spent much time there. I'm going to give the half pipe, in my personal opinion, I'm going to say about a 5.5 out of 10, just because I'm not a fan of the coping and it's quite rough at the bottom, and I'm not too good on the small ramps. But let's move on to the next feature. Another thing that I forgot to mention, if you're into hips, there is a hip here, so you could drop in here, jump over and land here, but you got to be really careful because the transition just there is quite sharp, and also going off this part here is probably a no-go. No. But here I think you'll be all right, and the coping looks like it doesn't stick out as much just in this quarter here. So you can see the half pipe's just over there, the hip I was talking about before is there, and now we've got this crazy ledge, so it is actually quite high. And the top of it is very short. If you're coming out this way, you go to your left, you've got rocks, but you know what is good about these rocks? They aren't in the skate park, they are on the outside of the skate park. So skate park designers, take notes, we don't want the boulders over here. Yeah, anyway, so we've got the ledge there. There is some crazy stuff going on in the park. We've got a ledge here. The rocks go all the way around, which is kind of nice, because if your board's going flying, instead of it going all the way down to the grass, it's just going to hit the rock and it's probably going to chip, so that's not a good thing. But yeah, so we've got ledges, we've got crazy quarters. This quarter here, that thing is so steep. I'm going to show you guys. We are now at the quarter that I was just mentioning, and it is so steep. Like, it is really steep. You guys can see it's probably about 6 foot, maybe a bit bigger than 6 foot, but the amount of dirt on it is quite crazy. And once again, corner smooth, concrete down here absolutely not smooth. You do not want to be knee sliding and then getting to here, because you know it's going to grip and it's not going to be a good time. But yeah, let's do a little 180 on it, see how it actually feels. Oh my goodness, I'm going to like run that back because that kind of felt weird. Yeah, that is really steep. That is proper steep. But once again, I'm sure if you got used to it, it would actually be okay. I don't think I'd be doing any inward airs on it, that's for sure, because that trick already pops me to the bottom. I think I'd be landing like there.
Moving on from the steep quarter, you've got this slanted quarter that also transitions into this rounded quarter. If you're a total beast, you can grind from the top of the steep quarter all the way around down to the bottom. Also, it looks like you've got the ability to kind of like pump around and maybe even gap this middle section. We can get into that one next. But yeah, you can grind upwards and downwards and have a good time with it.
So as Dylan mentioned before, there is a crazy gap over here, so you guys can see it. It is rather large. The camera probably doesn't even do it justice, honestly. You have a bank on one side and a quarter/step down over there to get your speed for it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough speed. Like, it's definitely possible, but this is one crazy gap.
Next to this massive gap, we've also got this bank with two pretty decent hips on each side. In addition to that, this gap also acts as down ledges. It's just missing some coping at the bottom of it. You could also gap onto it, jump off. You also got the additional down ledges going that way. You can get pretty creative with this middle section.
Alright, so that hip feels alright, just the concrete is quite rough, but the transition is pretty nice, so that is good. We've got a juicy tail going there. We move on from the bank hips, and then you've got this massive flat ground area. So if you want to work on your flat ground, there's literally a place at the skate park to do that. It is quite a lot of flat space, and they probably could have put something in here like a good jump box or a spine. We do have our jump box over there.
Something good about all this flat space is it does add run up to hit the bank ledge. One of my favorite features in the park.
You could literally have a cup of tea from here to here for that run up. There could be even a whole street plaza here, to be honest. You could fit in a street plaza, and then you could fit in like a spine and a little jump box all around. There's so much space.
It gives you the opportunity to fit a push in case you're panicking about speed. So yeah, it's kind of a blessing to have that extra space, but it leaves it mysterious on what could have been there.
We are gonna move on from this flat area, and we're gonna show you guys the stair set that we have over here. Essentially, they are ledges. There's coping on all of them, so they're just ledges, but it also looks like a crazy stair set. If you went in from basically the road, don't do that. Absolutely do not do that. But you could do a pretty fat stair gap all the way over here, but the run up would just be insane. But yeah, there is quite a few stairs here. You've even got this part here. So if you wanted to gap, once again, not recommending, but if you wanted to gap, you could jump over the stairs and land in this bank, which does look quite sharp. Like, the landing does look kind of, woo! That would be cool. We'll move up the stairs now, and we've actually got that rail that Dylan was talking about. This rail looks like a nice size, to be fair.
Try it first. Here is the essential aspect of every park, just a nice flat rail. Every park needs a nice flat rail, and here it is, a nice flat rail.
Oh my goodness.
Just enough speed to get from the start to finish of the rail.
So far, Pack Pines is definitely a fun skate park for sure. There is a lot going on, and there is a few obstacles that don't quite make sense, but apart from that, you've definitely got some fun quarters, banks. You've even got the wind that's just coming now. It's just great right now. But yeah, so you've got this crazy 3-stair, as I showed you guys before, which was insane. You've got a bank over here which can run you up for that crazy gap we were talking about. It is really steep at the bottom here. So right here, transition, not smooth, okay? Like, you drop in and you nearly go into a manual. So you need to make sure that if you're riding this park, you're aware of that, because it could just end pretty bad for you at the bottom of this ramp. You guys can also see there's another stair gap here, and there's also some ledges in funny positions. You could probably come out of here with heaps of speed, go up the ledge, and then just go off into the grass, because why not?
Well, Alex was saying you got the mini 2 block that can prepare you for that massive 3 block over there. As you can see on the side, there's also a death hubba that kind of goes down to flat to up. Got a long ledge here, grind, manual, drop, if you're being interpretive. You got this down rail here. I usually like down rails, however this one looks a little bit peculiar. The biggest issue I see in it is just sliding down.
Yeah, that is a nasty crack there. So there's not much left to show you guys at this skate park. It is quite a big skate park, but as you guys saw, there was a little bit of empty space. Little bit is an understatement. There is a lot of empty space on the side, but it's a great park, super fun. The coping's a little bit weird also in some places, but all around you could definitely have fun here. I think it'll be a good place to come in summer, but remember the lights, no lights, but there's lights at the football field. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video with myself and Dylan giving you guys a tour. Overall, I'm gonna rate this park a 7 out of 10. What about you?
Yeah, 7 sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Bring a broom.
Yeah, definitely bring a broom because there's trees everywhere, as we talked about, and the leaves do go flying into there. And there was a big mosquito before trying to track me down, so maybe bring some insect repellent if you're like me and you get eaten alive. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.